Hi, I'm Elaine. I love Chinese takeout just as much as anyone else, but what I don't like is the high sugar that's added to it as well as the MSG. So how can you control that? Very easy. Make it for yourself at home. And that's what we're going to do today, is look at one of my favorite recipes, garlic broccoli. Okay, so on my cutting block, I do have a half amount of tofu. So the typical container is going to be 14 ounces. I've opted for a twin pack, which has a smaller amount of tofu. What I'm doing right now, I have basically squeezed out some of the moisture from the tofu, which you want to do. And right now I am now cutting it into bite-sized pieces that we are then going to place onto in the wok, and we're going to cook it that way. So that is a look at how that cuts up. So I basically have cubed it. I'm now going to set this aside, and I'm going to work on some of my other vegetables here. Okay, so I have my broccoli, I have my sweet peppers, and then I also have some julienne carrots off to the side. I'm going to place these in a steamer for a few minutes as I get the tofu started. Wasn't that quick and simple? How easy it was to make your own Chinese food at home, and it's going to be healthier for you. If you noticed as I was cooking it, I did hold up the dolcettis with a tablespoon measure. You know, if you want to add it, you would do so at that time. You could add 2 tablespoons of it to the mixture as it's cooking, and that's going to add some sweetness to it. I tend to prefer my food if I can get away with it without sugar. I kind of eat to live, not live to eat. So it depends on where you are at your walk in your lifestyle for your health. But if you want to add it, it's low glycemic, so it's not that bad, but I just try to avoid it. The other item that I used is vegetable broth. So that's going to be my main base along with coconut aminos, and everything will be spelled out in the video. The coconut aminos is going to be not as salt heavy as soy sauce. And of course it is gluten-free. So those of you who are trying to watch gluten in your diets, the coconut aminos is the route to choose. When I do choose this route, I will add additional salt and pepper, or primarily some salt, just to give it a little bit more flavor. I'm not heavy-handed with the salt, but you can add that towards the end of its cooking cycle to season to taste. And then I also add in a tablespoon of sesame oil, and that's just going to give it a little bit of flavor as well. And then depending on your spice level that you will want for your broccoli and garlic sauce, you can add crushed red pepper as it's cooking. So I did about 5 shakes for mine. If you want it a little bit spicier, definitely do a bit more. And that's going to give you a bit of heat with that. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Again, super quick to make this recipe. I am serving it with brown rice. And if you are haven't cooked brown rice before, or that's not your go-to, you're kind of looking at white rice or jasmine rice or some other type of rice, brown rice is going to have more fiber. So usually white rice will have none or maybe 1. Brown rice may have 1, 2, depending on the rice style that's selected. Whenever you do cook brown rice, like I typically don't even measure the water in mine. I may measure out like a cup, 2 cups of rice, and then I will just fill my stock pot up with water, and I allow the water to just cook and not cook into the brown rice, because brown rice does have a trace of arsenic in it. So you don't want that to cook into the rice and absorb into the rice. So I cook it and allow just the water to be free flowing or just boiling around it, and then I drain it so that I try to get rid of as much arsenic as I can out of the brown rice. So I hope this will be an enjoyable meal for you. Grab your chopsticks and dig in. Super easy food right at home. I hope you join me again soon. Take care.